Hey everybody, it's Thursday, which means it's time for some drawing. So, a lot of restaurants here are closed, unfortunately. But, I'm sure they'll be back open again as soon as it's safe to do so. But I did hear something amazing. A restaurant opened up on the moon. Did you hear about this? Yeah, restaurant opened up on the moon. And apparently it has great food, but no atmosphere. Let's do some drawing together. I think we should do that instead of me trying to tell jokes. So grab yourselves a pencil, a pen, a stick, a crayon, it does not matter, piece of paper, and you're all good to go. Now, a lot of you watch this show and you see that I'm drawing in Photoshop. Photoshop is completely not necessary for these drawing exercises. You just need a pencil and a piece of paper, a pen and a piece of paper, and you are good to go. And the way this works is we do a you draw it to start things off, which means I draw something and you follow along. So I'll draw a line and then you draw a line, and that's all there is to it. We'll go step by step until eventually, magically, a drawing will materialize, will appear on the paper, okay? And to do these drawings, we always do straight lines, okay? And we do zigzags, or sometimes just a zig or a zag. We also do nice curvy lines, okay? And sometimes those look like this, sometimes like that. But that's really all you need, straight lines. Diagonal lines that look like a V or a W, right? Curvy lines, I call those C curves or S curves, and you're all set to go. And so to kick things off, are you ready? Get your pencil, and this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna draw a straight line down like that. All right? If your line is not perfectly straight, don't sweat it, don't worry about it, it does not matter. Next, we're gonna do kind of a V on top of it, and watch about how big this is, okay? Like this, and like that. All right, it's kind of a wide shape to it, right? Not like this, more kind of like that, okay? But if yours is a little different, like I said, don't worry about it. It's still gonna look great, okay? All right, now check this out. Same thing on the bottom, but I'm gonna flip it. Okay, watch. Flip it like that. All right, so what you should have is this line with a sort of V shape at the top and a reversed V shape at the bottom, and they're roughly the same size. Okay, I'm gonna say hi to the chat. Let's see how everyone's doing here. We have Twee. Hi, Twee. Yeah, not even Kyle could work up enthusiasm for that punchline. Hey, what can I tell you? The dad jokes are what they are. Vanessa, nice to see you. Steven, groan. I agree. Donna, Sam, and we have John, Yasunari, Michelle, and Chris, Udelia, Deborah, Jenna. Hey everybody, I'm glad you're here. All right, let's keep on going with this drawing so we can get it looking great. Any guesses about what it is, you can always just go ahead and say in the chat what you think I might be drawing. Now here comes a circle. I'm gonna draw a circle around everything that I've just drawn, and I'm gonna have it touch the edges, okay, of these lines. And the way I'm gonna do that is piece by piece, watch. I'm first gonna draw a little curve like that, then I'm gonna pull it around like that, and then carry it around some more, and then just round off from here down to there, like so. Okay? So I've drawn a circle around everything that I first put down on the page. All right, now the next step is very simple. I'm just gonna draw a line starting about here, out to the side, about maybe that far. Okay, I'll bounce over to the other side and do the same thing. So here we go, out to about that far, right? Make it a little longer there. You want these to be about the same length. And now I'm going to draw a diagonal line up this way. And like we often do, we put a little dot where we're kind of aiming, okay? So I want to put it higher than the circle. Okay, let's see, so about maybe, say, there. So I'm aiming for higher than the circle, maybe not quite as long as this line here, if I were to carry that up, but similar to about the length of that line. Put a little dot there. That gives me something to aim for. Then I can just draw up towards it and say, okay, I want to hit that target, okay? There we go. Just like that. Same on the other side. So I just go bam, give myself a little target. I can connect those like that. And look, my line's not perfectly straight, right? No problemo. I'm going to connect these now like that. That's where we are so far. So we've made a sort of trapezoid shape behind that circle with the other lines in it. All right. Someone says it might be a rabbit or a dog or a turtle. Some kind of a bear. These are good guesses. All right, watch this. The line I drew here that made that first V, I'm going to actually keep it going out to the side like that. See how it's a little C curve, a really shallow one. And then the same on this side. I'm going to come up and over and out like that. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that same little intersection right here between where that line stopped and where we started the new one, and I'm just going to carry it out like that. And then same here, carry it out like that. Okay. And now I'm just going to go like this. Just color that all in and color that in like that. Ah, is it shaping up? I think so. Now, this line I drew that was diagonal and long, I'm going to carry it up like this. And then I'm going to carry it back down like that and make a triangle, okay? And then same thing on this side, up and down, okay? Alrighty, so this is sort of a grumpy looking cat that we're drawing here. 3 little lines there for some detail. And here comes some dots. Dot, 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 dot. See, those dots are kind of like in a triangle with the wider part of the triangle, the base of the triangle at the top. So triangle of dots on both sides, right? Okay, whiskers, watch how simple this is. 1 and 2. And over here, 1 and 2. And now we're going to draw the cat's body. And I want you to see how easy this is. I'm just going to take this same line for the top of the head. I'm just going to carry it out a little longer. See this? It's about maybe there. So I'd say it's about twice the length of the top of the cat's head, okay? About twice the length, right? So if I want to go a little longer, it's fine. If I go a little shorter, totally fine as well. Don't worry about it. All right, everyone can see that. Now watch this leg. I'm just going to come straight down from this right side of the face, down about that far. And then I'm going to do a little bump. Bump, just like that. Easy. Little line like that. What we're doing is we're drawing that paw. And then I'm going to come back up this way, but it's going to be a diagonal line. Watch this. Stop maybe about there. Okay, so I didn't come quite up to the head, did I? Right? And I pause for a moment, look at everything. Okay, so it looks good. Now I'm going to carry it up a little farther. Just past the head right there. Okay, we have him low. He's going to be creeping along, okay? And now for the other leg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my line right here near where this left side of the face is. Watch this. I'm going to come down about like that. All right, so not too far, right? I didn't go down all the way to here because now I want to do a little C curve like that. Okay, and then a straight line. And then I'm just going to connect from here all the way to here. And there's going to be one little change. Watch. When I get to about here, I'm just going to do a little C curve. So here we go. I come all the way back to about here, and then a little C curve like that. Just a little bump like that. Alrighty. Now for the rest of the body. So I want to come in, not the same, the bottom part of the face here. I want to actually come lower. I'm actually going to connect to about where this line is. So watch, it passes right through. I stop right about there. All right, so I didn't go all the way to the back of the body, right? Okie dokie. Now, another diagonal line. This one's going to go in this direction. We're going to go down and stop about there. So that's a short one once you get past that belly, right? And then I'm going to come back this way. And then I'm going to stretch back this way. Now, I don't want to come farther than here because I want these feet to line up. So right about here is where I'm going to put my little bump and then bring that back. And that's the beginnings of that back leg, right? Now I'm going to angle up and out and just go past this area a little bit. And then here comes a fun one. I'm going to C curve up to here. It's going to be nice and shallow. Watch. Shallow C curve up to there. just like so. And now for this other back leg, I'm going to start the same way as before, like that. But then I'm going to change the angle a little bit, okay? And then bring it forward and then give it a bump, like that, okay? And then I'm going to pull this on back here, pull it on back, like that. So what remains really is just the tail. Now for the tail, what I like to do, and there are lots of things you could do. You could pull it out this way in a little S-curve if you want, but I think it's fun to pull it up and over like that. That's kind of a fun thing to do. But you do whatever you want, right? And then I just carry this back and carry it up. And notice that I'm actually getting a little bit narrower as I get up to the end of that tail, right? But you don't have to do that. Let's change that for a second. I want you to see something. What if I did this? What if I did a little S-curve and then I made the tail fatter at the end, right? I could do that. That's a totally different kind of a tail. You have choices. You can do what you like with your tail. You could even do something like this. Make it into like a sort of a loop, woo, like that. Up to you how you want to do it, but I'm going to stick with this. Alrighty, and up we go, and then back to here. And there's that cat's tail. Now because I put some stripes here, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put a few lines on the back, like that. Maybe a few on the back of the leg. Maybe a few on this leg and this leg, right? Maybe a few on the tail. That's fun. And now is the part where you make this drawing your own. So you can do whatever you want. Put this cat somewhere fun. Put this cat somewhere special. It could be indoors. It could be outdoors. It could be maybe stalking a mouse or something like that. Maybe it's just about to go play with some ball of yarn, right? Or maybe it's just going over this little food bowl. Make a little food bowl over here. Blop, 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 blop. Right? And we'll name this cat George. Who knows? Up to you. Up to you. Okay? So make that your own, and there you go. There's a fun cat to draw. Really fun shapes to make up that face, right? All right, now we're going to use some magic shrinking powder because it's time for me to do a Who Made That with you all. Slide him over there. There you go, kitty cat. I'm going to hide him for just a moment. And today, for Who Made That, I'll show you the clue. There it is. And in the chat, I want you all to take a look at this Who Made That and tell me if you recognize the artist who made this fantastic piece of work. Very popular, very well known. But if you don't know it, you're going to learn about it today. One of my favorites. And I'll also talk about how this piece influenced one of my favorite artists who came after this artist and made a series of books that I adore. But yeah, take a look at it and tell me, who do you think this is? Do you recognize this piece of work? Do you know who this artist is? I'm sure some of you do. So I'll look in the chat and see what we got. All right, let's see. Somebody named their cat Foofy. That's nice. Idalia, Prussian blue. It's an interesting thing to mention because Prussian blue is one of the colors imported by this artist to use for this piece, which is a woodblock print. Yes, okay, we have a couple of answers here. John and Twee and Claudio are saying Hokusai. And I hope I'm saying that correctly. My Japanese is not great, but that is absolutely right. Let's reveal this gorgeous piece of work here and really take a look because it is a beaut. Look at that. Now I hope you all can see that. Try and make sure that you can all see that on the screen. So yes, Katsushika Hokusai made this fantastic woodblock print, and it was actually part of a series. As you can see here, there were 36 of these, 36 views of Mount Fuji, but this one is entitled Under the Wave of Kanagawa. And yes, iconic, really, truly. People have been familiar with this image for so long. It's just one of those things you see in posters and all over the place. And one thing you'll notice about this that's interesting is the scale. And what I mean is Mount Fuji is a mountain, and it's a large one. But because of the way this is drawn, we've taken this mountain and made it teeny tiny by placing it in the background and then putting this enormous wave in front of it. Now we all know that the wave is not bigger than the mountain, but this is a really cool way to play with space and to play with distance and to play with scale in an illustration. It's one of the things that people talk about a lot. And the other thing you'll notice is the clean line art that is done with this style of Japanese woodblock printing. And so the line work is really careful and detailed, and at the same time, it's not really busy, right? It's not dense. There's a lot of space to breathe. The composition is really marvelous. We're placing the mountain down here in the bottom third of the piece, so there's a lot of space to feel that air underneath the wave and up into the sky. Really, it's a masterpiece in every way. Now, this style of work actually was influential for one of my heroes, and his name is Hergé. That's not his real name. His real name is Georges Remy. He was a Belgian comics artist who created a series of books. In English, we say Tintin, and in French, Tintin, and then in other languages, there were other names for the character. But he was heavily influenced and developed his own style, which later became called ligne claire, meaning clear line kind of drawing for his comics, the Tintin comics. And also Hokusai and other Japanese woodblock artists influenced other European artists and illustrators with this style of work as well. So anyway, check it out. Check out more of the Hokusai pieces. Just go online and search for his name, and you'll find some really beautiful work. So that is Who Made That for today. Really phenomenal. What an artist. And why don't we now move on to the animal and activity game. So now you have to think of an animal doing something interesting, an animal and an activity, and I will attempt in just a few minutes to draw your animal and activity suggestion. And yesterday, I think I'm trying to remember what we did. These always blur so fast for me, but yesterday it was a cat playing ping pong. That's what it was. One time we did a giraffe doing a limbo. We've done a dog playing the piano. We've done some animals on skateboards and things like that. You just throw out some fun suggestions, and I'll pick one from the chat, and I'll try my best to, in just a few minutes, do a decent illustration. Okay? Easier said than done, but I think I'll manage. It's been so far so good. Anyway, I shouldn't jinx myself, right? Now I like to use a light color like this when I draw the sketch for these pieces. So I've got my light blue ready to go, and my hand is warmed up from drawing that cat. So I'll look in the chat and see what kind of suggestions you have. Let's see. We have a zebra playing hockey. Wow, that's cool. A fox doing the tango. A flamingo drinking an iced coffee. That's interesting. Coco the gorilla visiting Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood. Steven, that's an amazing idea, but a little complex for what we have. I've got to draw this in about 5 minutes, but I still think that's pretty fun. Mosquito baking an apple pie. Can't stand mosquitoes, but I still think it's a neat idea, Michelle. Kayla says, flamingo playing jump rope. Jenna O'Brien, a fox drinking a martini. That's cool. An anteater eating a taco. I'm trying to think how to draw an anteater. That's a tough one. All right, now, let's see. I think the fox drinking the martini is going to be the winner for today. And so here we go. All right, great suggestions, everybody. Now I want to make this a sort of a smooth fox. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna give myself the amount of space I want to work in, right? So fox's head about this big, hand in the coat pocket, and get that fox head out like so. There we go. And ready? So there's our fox. Make sure I give enough space for the eyes there. pull that head up a little higher, give him a little bit more forehead. There we go. Arm in the coat pocket here. Alrighty. And I'm going to have the feet, let's see. I'll think about the pose. Pull that off to the side a bit more. Give him a little bit more shape. I like that better. Okay. Hand in the pocket here. I'll erase away some of that for clarity. And then one leg here, little fox leg. Another leg here. And there we go. Nice little shoes here. He's going to have some fancy shoes, some long toes. Foxtail there. And then here comes that arm and the hand like that. And then stem. Okay. And there is that martini. What a funny idea. Now, the question is, can I, in just a few minutes, get this to look decent? Well, we shall see, gang. We shall see. So there is our fox. I'm going to give him this nice tie popping out here, like a neck, sort of a scarf. I think that's kind of funny. And I think I'm going to change this up here for a moment and have the legs sort of one facing me a little bit like this and the other off to the side like that. I think that's kind of funnier with as a silhouette. I like that better. Alrighty, so here we go. Now's the part where I need to confidently place some lines. Are you ready? Bang. Grab a darker color again. We come in here. And we get our eyes in place. Little fox nose. And then off to the sides there. And up to that long fox ear, and then up again. And back down. And we come around. There we go. Now for that, I think, what is the word? Cravat? Something like that? Somebody help me with my word there. And this arm is going to go here with the hand in the pocket. La poche. Out and back, so we give a little form to that jacket. I like the way that looks. Okay, and then here we go now for the rest. You see, folks, the sketch is everything. Without the sketch, I just would be so lost, but you spend time on that, and you're able then to get to a point where doing the other bits, everything just kind of falls into place. You know what I mean? I think that's the secret. So sometimes we don't want to spend that much time on the sketch because, maybe that's not the fun bit, but it sure is worth it to invest that time in a decent sketch, right? Okay, there's one shoe and the other out this way. And there is Monsieur Fox having his martini, ground the figure a little bit, and hide the sketch. And there you go, folks. What a fun idea. Thanks for that suggestion. Enjoyed it. Good one. All the suggestions were great, as usual. And that's it. That's wrapping up our time. Holy cow. It always flies by, and I don't know what to tell you, but that's it. I really hope you had a good time. Thanks for drawing with me. Hope your cats turned out great. We'll do another one tomorrow. It's Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and I hope you guys can join me then. Thanks again. Stay safe, take care of each other, and take care of yourselves. And everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow.